From the gutter to the government, from the streets to the seats. 2011, I put a toilet in front of the Towson courthouse. All right? That toilet represents how you treat black Baltimore, how you treat black Maryland, how you treat black America. That toilet represents Scott Shellenberger, Greg Bernstien, Governor O'Malley's mom machine. It was about stop and frisk and zero tolerance. What you going to trying to recreate today in Annapolis to say that you're doing juvenile justice. That's juvenile injustice, and it ain't going to be just us. Y'all got to criminally charge Scott Shellenberger. And you got to go after your judges and your lawyers in Baltimore City and Baltimore County. Judge Papaya, Judge Pearson, Judge Carrion, Judge Cox, yeah, Judge Janae, Judge Souder. It's Operation Greylord, making a documentary about y'all. Michelle Alexander wrote the book, The New Face of Old Jim Crow. Y'all seen the documentary, The 13th Amendment. Well, I'm the lab rat. I told y'all when I started this what I was doing to y'all. And I told y'all I was going to use toilets to do it. A toilet don't care if you're black, white, straight, or gay. A toilet take your shit every day. If I go to jail, I got to share that toilet with an inmate. If I'm in central booking, I'm in lockup, I got to share it with 50 other motherfuckers. Today, I'm going to share it with the world the same way I shared it before. Say if it ain't broke, you ain't got to fix it. It's art and activism, the art of protest. Kwesi and Fume gave the Black Arts District $1 million. Y'all won't even give me 50 cents. I do all my activism out my pocket. And the state of Maryland owes me money. I filed a suit in 2012, tort law. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. I ain't a jailhouse snitch. Ivan Bates, Warren Brown, Dwight Pettit, Malcolm Ruff, Delegate Stephanie Smith. Y'all lawyers. Y'all took an oath to defend the Constitution. Y'all lawyers and y'all have evidence and knowledge of corruption in the Democratic Party. If you Google search D.C. Stevenson from the 1920s, that's what Governor O'Malley created in Maryland. He created a criminal enterprise. And just like D.C. Stevenson, he tried to kill me. I ain't dead. These is my confessions. From the gutter to the government. From the streets to the seats. Pay attention to the story. This is where the rubber meets the road. Alright, like I said, from the gutter to the government. That's Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. When I started this, I contacted Chief Justice Roberts. Everything Chief Justice Roberts got, you got to turn over. It's an investigation into the courts and the corruption in your courts. Y'all going after Clarence Thomas for the money he been taking? Well, we're going to go after these other judges for the money they've been taking. I'm a black man living in white America. I'm an activist. I'm a community leader. I'm a cook. I'm a father. You feel me? I'm a political prisoner behind y'all's politics. So Governor Westmore, it's called Public Accommodations Act. Martin Luther King gave us that in 1964. You feel me? You see that? These are mail receipts. And we got a right to vote. Y'all ain't tough on crime. Y'all tough on us. I'm a member of Out for Justice. And this is part of my Out for Justice outreach. You feel me? It's art and activism. Nick Mosby, 2006, they made that Stop Snitching video. If y'all can take Trump to jail for the RICO Act, you got a RICO Act here, and y'all got the paperwork in your hand. We getting ready to do this again. All right? Public Accommodations Act. We're going to start this every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. Every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're going to see this toilet somewhere. All right? Ex-felons got a right to vote in 2023. Ex-felons got a right to vote. You got 50,000 ex-felons that can vote in Maryland. You feel me? You got 50,000. So I'm going to encourage voter registration. You feel me? Because we're not going back to stop and frisk and zero tolerance. We're going to the courts. You feel me? We're going to the courts. And we're going to the silver screen, all about Baltimore. All right? All about Baltimore. About Worley and Scott. Brandon Scott. Brandon Scott, you've been knowing me since you sat in that seat. All right? You've been working for Governor O'Malley. Sheila Dixon. Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. Jack Young. Kirk Smoke. Mayor O'Malley. I've been knowing the politics in Baltimore since 1991. I came here straight out the Illinois Department of Corrections. You feel me? So Mayor Brandon Scott, you got to turn that paperwork over. I got you on film saying that you're going to answer that mail. You got to answer that mail. That makes you parties to a crime. It's also going to make y'all publicly embarrassed because you said, Shorty, pull your mask up. No, Shorty, stop shitting on me. Artscape is coming. And this is going to be my form of art at Artscape. You can't shit with us. That's Baltimore Arts District. So I'm going to be taking this toilet all over town, and I got more toilets. Same thing I did in 2011, we're going to do again. My mother died February the 2nd, 2011. Corrine Davis died February the 2nd, 2011. Y'all locked me up. Y'all locked me up and charged me with terrorism. I'm not a terrorist, I'm an activist. And my activism is well known. I went from Baltimore's worst to Baltimore's best. So y'all gonna be seeing the people out here walking by this. You feel me? We're gonna put this all out here for the people to see. They will congratulate a person doing the same thing as you, just not you, just because it's you. Well, they ain't gotta congratulate me. Because when this movie come out, it's gonna name all of y'all. I went to jail for the right reasons. You're gonna stop locking up our kids. This juvenile justice summit that you got ain't nothing but stop and frisk and zero tolerance. You're trying to justify locking up black people. Just like Martin Luther King, this is the good kind of trouble. But this is the good kind of truth. That's parole and probation. You feel me? And I got all my parole and probation reports together. We're going to the Supreme Court with that toilet. I've been there already. Chief Justice Roberts got my paperwork. I'm just waiting for Ivan Bates. I'm waiting for Eric Barron. I'm waiting for Governor Wes Moore. I'm waiting for Delegate Stephanie Smith. I'm waiting for Luke Clippinger. I'm waiting for y'all to give me permission to go to the Supreme Court. Just like Dred Scott. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Just like, you see this under the weather? I can do this morning, noon, and night. It's waterproof. So every day that you wake up, every night you go to sleep, you're going to think about me. Because these toilets going to have your faces all over there. Ex-felons got a right to vote. Y'all want to lock us up? We're going to trade places. We're going to lock you up. Scott Shellenberger knowingly lied to the public. He filed false papers with the court. He lied to the grand jury, presented false evidence to the grand jury. He destroyed evidence against him. He used his position of power to stay in power. That's unlawful enrichment. He sold my truck before I went to trial. That's fiduciary fraud. The court committed these crimes, and the court got to pay for that. I filed a $250 million lawsuit. We're going to file a $12 billion class action lawsuit. You stand for Tennessee, but you silent about me. Mike! Check! It's your wake-up call. Can you hear me now? Books over bars, education instead of incarceration. Juvenile justice ain't going to be just us. Ex-felons got a right to vote. Y'all running for office. I'm running my mouth.